It is a perfect Sunday afternoon, and in the Steel City, those are reserved for one thing, football, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. But today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started.
And we are underway from Pittsburgh. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They go right back to Mack. And able to use his blockers to get this up over to 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got the lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 53 yards.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But
and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers are on the board here first in the season opener. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
19, Willis now off play action. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Willis. Oh, there's Gallup. Nice catch.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Right back to the air again with Willis. On the throw, running too much that time. It's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm not sure it made a difference on that play, but one thing to keep in mind, here in the early part of the year during a day game, the sun does play a factor on deep balls.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And this would have been returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one. No doubt about it, a really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
Back to throw.
Weston. That is incomplete.
Well, the they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Looking to throw. Weston. Throw left side complete. That's Mason.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the play.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Back to throw. Weston. Under pressure, they got him again. Miles Jack with a sack. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. The Browns drive about to get started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw brought in by Bellinger.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First down, Browns.
To throw, here's Willis.
Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
From the 41, this is second and a yard. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that lead from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only do they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
KaVontae Turpin now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Off play action. Weston. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Browns are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Here we go. Start.
The Browns drive about to get started. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Drop 50. Drop 50.
From his own end zone, here's Willis.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
And meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, and it winds up falling incomplete.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. And that's taken at his own 42. And now off to the races, down the right side.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll go with Mack here up the middle.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier to shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Off the play fake. Weston rolling to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Weston. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. 28 yards.
And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a play fake. Here's Willis. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Caden Stearns.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. They'll toss this right side to Mack. Muscles him off. And he's got this down to the 35.
45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away.
That's caught downfield by Addison.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Jordan Addison.
35 yards.
And the Steelers continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work and preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it is 28-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over. The Browns drive about to get started.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room.
Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He'll buy some time right. Touchdown!
Jordan Addison.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the route is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Throwing Jones.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll run with Smith.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Rocky Ya-Sin there to make the tackle.
Brings up second and 5. At the 45-yard line.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Browns nothing.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
With a fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this 3rd quarter at their own 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together.
This is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there, with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Looking to throw on second down. Weston. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
19, Tiger, take over.
A run up the middle with Mack.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Ordinarily, third down is a passing down, but how about that explosive run right there? And when you get a run like that, that means everything came together. Offensive linemen, they didn't just get to the first guys. They got to the second level to help downfield. And I've always said, any run over 7 yards means the wide receivers have done an excellent job blocking downfield.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
This a give to Mack running to the right. Oh, good move. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Off play action. Weston under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
19 tight.
Back to throw. Weston. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Vaughn on 1st and 10. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches...
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon Smith with a nice rush to get him down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
He's going to take another shot here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
A give running right is Mack. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 15.
1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Brandon Smith in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
21.
Now Jones.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, if I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence?
Fighting through, and he's got space.
Still going. He may go.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But
there he goes left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And the Browns first down.
Now Jones off the play fake. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. This is caught inside the 15.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
A gain of 40 yards. First down.
So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. He finds his man complete. That's Garner. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Pittsburgh.
From the 5, 2nd and 4.
Looking left side of him, he's got a man. That's Garner. And quickly they get to the line. They'll look to throw again. Jones hit and the ball's out.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one, so you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Steelers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Racing to the end zone. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal.
Mack going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Looking to run with Mack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a loss of 4. Brings up 3rd and goal.
And now they'll shift things around.
He'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Back over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
1st down.
Jones now. Off play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones flush to his right.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Looking to throw. Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On the give, this is Mack. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Garner.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Here we go. 11.
Off the play fake. Jones. Able to find the open man. That's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Back to throw again. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter. You're going. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive, eluding the pressure right. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. On 2nd down, and coughed it up. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. There's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's Jones on 3rd and 2. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
As many games as the 2 of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day
that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball.
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop him.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Back to throw. Weston, and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the